Alright everybody, how's it going? So, welcome to part one. Going to be explaining why and pretty much what I'm going to be doing. And this will be a before status on the current engine, how it currently is. So here, I have my 2011 F450 with 100 and, oh Lord, the camera's not going to pick that up, 178,000 miles on it. So, brief history, I bought this truck as a non-running vehicle. I just needed a bigger truck, and at the time I had the money, so I just bought it. Guy told me it just needed an injector. Come to find out, it needed more than just an injector. It turned out to be spun main bearings and spun rod bearings. Like, it was, the bottom end internally was it was shot, literally. So I ended up getting it free. So the guy had cut a hole in the bottom of the bell housing. I'll show you that. So he already had a hole cut in the bottom of the bell housing. Yes, the rear main is leaking. And I just used my pry bar and got her freed up and spinning. Ended up getting the starter turning. Started to turn it, turned over really slow, took out all the injectors, put oil in all the cylinders, or in injector ports, and then tried to get it to crank over. I got it turning over fast enough to where it wanted to start, but it just wouldn't fire off. And ended up pulling the engine out. That's when I dropped the oil pan and was like, well, we're going to put an engine in it. So, couldn't find an engine, because I didn't have $6,000 to $12,000 to get a replacement engine to put in this dang thing. So I just rebuilt it. It is what it is. So that was actually at 176,000. So the reason why I'm going through it again, because you're going to hear in just a second, the reason why I'm building it again with new internals and all that jazz is because I am just really tired of the, oh, don't buy a reman from them. Oh, don't buy a reman from them. Oh, don't buy a reman from them. Why? Because everybody says that either the engines are trash, or when something happens, the warranties, you got to literally go through the ringer to get warranty to replace your engine. So I just, instead of me just taking a gamble and spending 10 grand on a long block, and if, for heaven's sake, something happens, I don't take it back out, get it sent off, and all this and that. So I just, it's like, screw it, I'll just rebuild it myself. That way I know what I have. It's my engine. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the whole base reason why I'm just going to rebuild it myself. And like I said, the thing is still running. There is no... Yeah, the engine's still running. It still has great oil pressure within factory specs. It just has a subtle noise. Like I said, I'll start it up. Oh my gosh, I'll start it up and let you guys hear it in just a second. But that's really the brief rundown of why I want to rebuild it myself. Because I know what I have, I know what's it's going back together with, and that's it. If I were to buy one from someone else, I can't just tear it down and just be like, okay, well, they did this, this, and this. Okay, cool, we're good. Let's put it all back together, and something happens, then they'll, take a claim, oh, well, you took it apart. So forget it. Just, I don't want all that damn headache. So, I'm just going to, like I said, just rebuild it from scratch. I'm going to tear it down to the bare block. And I'm literally going to put all new stuff back in it. I will, the next part, I will show like where I got all the parts from, where, and all that. So, cause that's going to be pretty much its own video there, is like how I sourced my parts and where I got my parts from. Budget wise, so far, I am under, will be under $8,000. I know some of you guys saying, yeah, you can just drop another 12 and go buy you a long block. or spend 13 and get you a complete drop-in engine. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I like doing what I'm doing. So, and plus also too, that the some of the long blocks you get, I have to retrofit some of the stuff from here onto that one to make it work. Well, I have to retrofit that engine to make stuff work on here, because this is an 11. The newer stuff now is just up, 15 plus, whatever blocks they have. Just either way, but everything's going to be, things are going to be different, and it's just, I really just didn't want to fight that, to have the uncertainty of, all right, I spent 13 grand, drop it in here, oh crap, now I got to cut a wire harness, I got to make a connector work, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Got to change turbo. I'm not fighting it. So, but yeah, here we go. Man, it's hot out here today. This is cold start. I ain't started it today. Well, it's actually like 90 degrees out here, so it's not really cold. Well, see, it starts up fine, runs fine. Yes, I do have a. Let me turn that off. Yes, I do have a all mechanical oil pressure gauge. There's my line right there that runs up to it. So, as you can tell, we have some fluctuation in oil pressure. But overall, it's, it's still got good oil pressure. So I can still drive it. It's just I'm trying to remember what cylinder that is. I think it's cylinder 3. No, cylinder. Oh my gosh. 7, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. No, wait, 8's over here. This is 1, 2, 3. Either way, it's the middle. It's the passenger cylinder up from the rear. It ended up being it bent a rod, or a connected. Oh my gosh! It bent a push rod, and I had to fix that. So I put a new push rod in it, put a new rocker assembly on it. Well, not a new rocker assembly, a used rocker assembly that was better than what I had. And ever since then, it's had this poppy sound. So engine builders think I just bent a valve potentially. So I may have to replace the passenger side head if it takes more than just replacing the valve. So I don't know if you can kind of hear it, but it doesn't sound like a 6.7. It does not. But either way, I'm gonna try to rev it up and see if I can get you guys to hear that noise I'm hearing. I noticed some that may sound normal. Yes, it does sound normal when it's cold. But once the engine gets hot, it's very noticeable. I would have to sit here and let this damn thing run for like 10 minutes. And it's hot. It's hot out here. So, either way, it's got a subtle knock at like 2,000 RPM. One of my buddies are saying it's a rod knock. Some are saying, well, it just could be just a bent exhaust valve. It could be both. I don't know. But, like I said, I'm just going to tear down and just rebuild the entire thing. New crank, new rods, new pistons. Oh, the pistons I'm going to get are the new 2020 steel pistons. So it's going to have, the updated everything in it. New lifters, new push rods, new rocker assemblies. I'm going to get the passenger side head checked. I'm going to reuse the driver head. Probably going to reuse the passenger head too, as long as everything checks out good. all new gaskets, everything, front seal, rear main seal. The oil pump has already been replaced, so that's brand new. It's only got maybe 500 miles on it now. Oil cooler. I'm going to reuse the same turbo. I know it's the dual scroll or the dual compressor wheel style 2011 turbo, but again, I have no issues with it. I'm not gonna replace it because that's an additional like $2,000 for that damn thing. And the bad part is there's nobody around here to rebuild the dang thing. So I've called one of the turbo shops local to me, and they're like, no, we don't touch 6.7 power stroke turbos. So, but either way, all right. I guess I'll see you guys in part 2. Part 2 is going to be just a parts rundown, and that's it. So we'll go on from there. Thanks, guys. Going back over the video, I realized I didn't tell y'all, but the reason for the bent push rod and the valve issue is because it got over revved mechanically by tow haul. It downshifted while I was towing, and my foot wasn't completely on the brakes. It was just, you know, lightly on the brake pedal, so when it downshifted, it went down higher than, or it went down a gear, and I wasn't really in active braking at that time, so the RPMs, it was between 3,500 and 4,000, and it popped it. So, but that's it.